Good evening, friends. Thank you for all your comments and suggestions. Here are some of the news in brief. You will see that the spotlight is back on Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh. He recently stated that allegations of malafide related to the TRP fraud case were baseless. This is in relation to the allegations by ARG Outlier Media Private Limited, which owns Republic TV, and the channel's editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami in their petitions seeking quashing of the first information report registered against them in the case. It cited the press briefing Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh held on October 8th and said the details of the case he provided then were based on a preliminary investigation and analytical report submitted by BARC. The affidavit, the report said, 3 channels had bribed households to bolster their ratings. The respondent, which is Singh, in pursuance of his duty, was within the realm of law to inform the public at large about the crime registered, background, and the nature of the crime. It is submitted that the answering respondent, which is Singh, holds periodic briefings as per the procedure and practice established in sensitive cases, and was providing credible information to the extent it was fit and proper to disclose and answering the queries as received from the journalists, reporters, without divulging any secret and confidential information material collected during the investigation. The disclosure thereof could affect administration of justice. It is submitted that media briefing was held strictly in confines of the law and the principles enunciated by the Honorable Court and the Honorable Supreme Court. Dear friends, I'd like to just recall the Sheena Bora case, which was, one of the most shocking murder mysteries of recent times. 4 years after Sheena Bora mysteriously disappeared, Indrani Mukherjee, her mother, who made everyone believe she was her sister, was arrested for her murder. One of the most shocking murder mysteries of recent times was the Sheena Bora case in 2012. 4 years after Sheena Bora mysteriously disappeared, Indrani Mukherjee, her mother, who made everyone believe that she was her sister, was arrested for her murder. If you recall the case, on 24th April 2012, Sheena took leave of absence from Mumbai Metro One Private Limited, the company that runs Mumbai Metro, through an email. Indrani is former CEO of INX Media. Soon after her leave of absence, she resigned via email. She was in a relationship with Rahul Mukherjee, son of Indrani Mukherjee's husband, Peter Mukherjee. Indrani, who was her mother in reality, told everyone she was Sheena's sister, and she did not approve of the relationship. Peter was a former CEO of Star India. Sheena was never seen by anyone after 24th April. She was believed to have been killed same night itself. Indrani had reportedly teamed up with her ex-husband, Sanjeev Khanna, and killed her. Prior to her murder, Indrani had reportedly carried out a recce of the location site where the body would be dumped. After killing Sheena, Indrani reportedly put the body to their home in Worli, where it was stuffed inside a suitcase. Next day, Sheena's body was taken out, propped up as a passenger, and taken to Raigad, near Mumbai. There, she was again stuffed into a bag. The bag was then set on fire. On May 23, 2012, villagers of Pen Tehsil, Raigad, complained of foul odor and found a body. There was no identification mark, and no one linked it to Sheena Bora. 3 years later, when Indrani's driver, Shamwar Rai, was arrested in some other case, the details of Sheena Bora murder case emerged. Rai has since then turned approver. Parambir Singh knew Sheena Bora was missing. As per reports, when Sheena went missing on 24th April 2012, Rahul Mukherjee, her boyfriend, and Indrani's stepson had reached out to Parambir Singh. Singh was then Inspector General of Police, and he had reportedly asked Rahul to file a missing person report. Interestingly, a missing person report was never filed for Sheena. Parambir Singh was also the Inspector General of the Konkan Range when Sheena's body was dumped in Raigad. And during 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, it was said that Parambir Singh refused to go on ground to tackle the terrorists. And in recent times, in the Janvi Kukreja case, where a teenager was killed in the most brutal manner, the case is also under Parambir Singh. Moving on to another news item is, with a spate of Bollywood movies targeted at Indian history, which was earlier termed mythology, to fool people that it never existed. Movies like Ram Setu, in which Akshay Kumar is acting, the movie that Mukesh Ambani was supposed to launch on Mahabharat, featuring dwarf-sized Amir Khan as Lord Krishna, which I think now is no longer in existence. Now, a report in a leading daily has written that a 300 crore movie by Madhu Mantena is going to be made on Ramayana, featuring Hrithik as Ram and Deepika as Sita. That the movie will be shot in 3D and that the mega project will be held by Nitesh Tiwari, who has already worked on films like Dangal and Chichore. It was written that Mantena is keen to portray every single element of the epic and is even considering releasing it as 2 full-length feature films, and that Mantena has deployed several researchers to project absolute accuracy and preserve complete sanctity in his film version of the venerated epic. After what has happened after Sushant Singh's death, the NCB has summoned many stars for questioning based on their WhatsApp chats, where the subject was about consuming drugs, which Deepika referred to as mal. Later, she clarified that what she mentioned as mal was actually cigarettes. Now, if she's smoking cigarettes, why would she need someone from an agency to get her cigarettes when she can buy it from the store downstairs? Similarly, Kangana also recounted her tryst with drugs when she was dating Hrithik Roshan, and the kind of cozy circle that indulged in drugs. Now, whether the Indian audience will accept these 2 stars in the pristine roles of Rama and Sita is truly questionable. We see Lord Rama and Sita as gods who are devoid of vices. Even to suggest that actors like Hrithik and Deepika could be considered is something that the public will surely question. The success of a movie happens when the actors fit into the skin of the characters they play. Well, this is something, viewers, you can ponder about and comment. Another person who has been doing so many U-turns, just like Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister of Delhi, is Anna Hazare. He cancelled his hunger strike over the farmers' issue again. Veteran social activist Kisan Baburao Hazare, that is Anna Hazare, said he won't be proceeding with his planned indefinite fast against the new farm laws. Anna Hazare announced his decision after the BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis and Minister of State Agriculture Kailash Chaudhary met him at his hometown in Ralegan, Sindhi. It was decided in today's meeting that a committee comprising members from Agriculture Ministry, Niti Aayog and some members recommended by Anna Hazare will make a proposal in the next 6 months to fulfill Anna Hazare's demands related to farmers, stated a release issued by Anna Hazare's office. That's the news in brief, friends. Please send me your comments and suggestions, and also please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you and good night.